Hello everyone, this is Jimmy and welcome to episode 7 of Levitated. We're going to start today off a little differently because I forgot to include the last 30 seconds of the previous video in the previous video. So I'm going to put that right here. See you in a second. Anyways, back to the steel. If I want to automate the movement of coal coke into the blast furnace, we need to upgrade it to the reinforced blast furnace, which mostly just means swapping out all the blast bricks with reinforced blast bricks, which means we need 27 steel plates. So I think what I'm going to do is wrap up today here. I'll leave my game open for a little bit to make the 27 at least ingots of steel that we need to make the reinforced blast furnace. We'll come back next time, upgrade that, upgrade our power with water wheels and stuff, and move on from there. There's plenty of soulless dimension progression left to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye. And by the magic of time travel, our blast furnace has been running for a while, and we have a bit over a stack of steel. So as I mentioned, I just left my game open for about an hour yesterday, and I've made enough coal for this. Surprisingly, one coke oven makes, at least one coke oven processing coal blocks makes enough coke to power one blast furnace and have excess build up over time. So that was a bit surprising. I kind of thought that it took more than one coke oven for a blast furnace. I don't know if this has been sped up or if this has been slowed down or something, but I'm not going to complain. What I do want to do is actually take this out. We're going to let this burn down and then use up the existing piece of coal coke that we already started, and then we can upgrade this blast furnace to the regular the reinforced blast furnace, which is automatable. So in order to do that, we have to make these reinforced blast bricks. That's made from steel plate. The way we make steel plate now is to do it in our smeltery. Downside is it's kind of slow. We have to melt the ingot and then reharden it. I want to see if we can make the immersive engineering metal press. Although before we do that, maybe we should first do power. No, I think power gets easier if we make the metal press, right? Because the metal press can allow us to make these LV wire coils much more efficiently. Two wires per ingot as opposed to 2¼ ingots per wire. So yeah, let's look into what exactly that takes. That's most of the cost is in the heavy engineering brick. So this is steel. We can make, that has to be plates, but steel, more steel, electrum, we can make this now because we got silver from the nether. It also needs redstone engineering. That's basically free. Cool. So let's get our smeltery sub to make a small batch of steel. Our starting little smeltery here is not very impressive, but we can make it a little taller. So I take the seared stone that we melt from in there, craft it into seared pavers, craft that into seared bricks, and then if I go get my auto smelt fortune pickaxe, which I think is currently still in my stone generator, we can duplicate these, although only once, because there's no the chisel isn't in the pack. The standard, like the, oh wait, yeah it is. What am I saying? Let's see if we can chisel it back. If we can chisel it back, then we can infinitely duplicate our I want to turn you off before you pour your steel, by the way. We can infinitely duplicate our seared bricks this way. Yeah. All right, well, that's a nice, easy way to get a large smeltery. We don't even have to melt stone. For some reason, last time I looked, I didn't see the chisel. All right, well, with this, we can make a smeltery that is both large and not ugly, because we can chisel the bricks back into the good form. So, because the bricks have a smelting recipe, where they can be smelted from seared bricks into the cracked seared bricks, we get to abuse the auto smelt fortune mechanic and get a lot of bricks. With this, we can make a larger smeltery, so we can melt more than, I think right now we can do like 8 things at a time. Yeah, we can do better than that. By the power of fortune and auto smelt, our once dinky smeltery has now grown quite large. It holds 2,700 plus ingots. Alright, so let's pour that last bit of stone out of it. I'm going to melt some gold. That's what we'll make our casts out of. And then what are some of the things? Let's see. We need to make a plate cast, an ingot cast, and let's get a pickaxe one too, so we can upgrade the head of our pickaxe. Right now we have an end head. I think if we pick something like steel, we can get a significantly better pickaxe set. So steel is obsidian mining level 7 mining speed. End is 3.23. Oh, what about end steel? Yeah. Mining level 5, so that's even higher, and 8.25 mining speed. I like that. I'm going to look through these, see if something is better than end steel. It's faster, but very weak. Alright, let me see if we find anything. Looks like, unsurprisingly, the best option is actually cobalt. Cobalt's always just the best pickaxe set. It has high durability, high mining level, and high mining speed. There's a couple of things that get similar, but like here, Ardite has durability and mining level, but not the speed. And steel, dark steel are fine, but we'll just wait for cobalt because we've already gone to the end, or sorry, the nether, and it does generate in the nether. We just have to find some. So we'll skip the pickaxe upgrade for the time being. Anyways, make a plate cast, and then an ingot one, and then we can pour all of our steel. Oops, I need that into the plate cast. I'm actually just gonna make a lot of steel plates right now. 8 there plus 40 plus 32, so 40 plates. Flip this lever, and then every second the lever sends a redstone pulse to the faucet. The faucet, when it receives a redstone pulse, changes state. So if it's pouring, it changes to not pouring. If it's not pouring, it changes to pouring. And that just guarantees that it'll eventually fill up whatever is put there. So a timer is a very simple way to automate the seared faucet. Or plates. All right. So then to make the... I guess it's most efficient if we make the engineer's workbench. And have I already made an engineer's workbench? No, right? No, I don't think so. For this though, we do have to craft with creosote oil. So there's a nice little trick with creosote. If I get a portable tank, do I have one? Find me one. Nope. If I make a portable tank, we can craft directly using the tank instead of buckets. So if I take this, fill it up, fill it all the way up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20. And then get some wood. Sure, we'll use wormwood. I think any wood should suffice here. But normally to make creosote, or to make treated wood planks, you have to, hold on, I lost some. You have to put a bucket here, but to craft one bucket of creosote at a time is kind of a pain in the butt. So portable tanks, endervar or reservoirs, as well as the gas can from Immersive Engineering can all be used in place of the bucket to save yourself a little time. What's it called? It's not the gas can, the jerry can. There we go. All incredibly British, I think. Anyways, yeah, it's a small trick that makes creosote crafting a little bit less painful by hand. I didn't realize that to make the blueprint for the crafting components, we actually need an aluminum ingot. Thankfully, it looks like aluminum ore does generate. Not in the end, but if we go to here, another aluminum ore generates a little bit in our fake nether dimension. So if I hop into here, let's tear this up a little bit. Look for aluminum and or there's Certus quartz up there. Nice. But I also need some what's it called? Cobalt while we're at it. Not what I'm looking for, but uranium. Sounds fancy. Radioactive. I also realized that this stuff I'm mining here, it's not standard magma, it's lava stone. So it spawns wither skeletons. It's like a pretty easy crafting recipe, but I'm just gonna mine some of it up. There's quite a bit of uranium sparkles throughout its veins. I've gone through almost 2 full pickaxes of durability. My pickaxe is almost done here. Before I decided, why don't we read the thing for, let it tell us where we find it. So aluminum ores generate in basalt spikes hanging off the nether roof. Just how diamonds would generate in the end. So I guess I'm way too far down. And then we need nickel and pyrotheum pools, spikes made of glowstone and that we've already gotten. At the bottom of the nether, we find obsidian and ardite, and spawn near the bedrock. Okay, so we want to go to the top of the nether. So let's go to the top. Hey, yeah, I already see stuff. So this is true bedrock. Can't do anything to that. But I think if we go down there a little bit, why did I throw all of my other apple? There we go. Let's go down a little bit and see if we can get some of that, whatever this is here. We might have to generate more chunks too. That might make this slightly easier. All right, it looks like our pickaxe is not of sufficient mining level to mine cobalt. I think we need probably we'll use steel as a stopgap because I believe steel has cobalt mining level. No, it don't have obsidian mining level. What has cobalt mining level? Mining level cobalt. Looks like dark steel does. So we'll stop by at dark steel before going over to steel. Or before going over to cobalt. Wasn't able to find any aluminum in the chunks we've already generated, so I started generating a few more chunks in the nether. That'll hopefully be able to find us some aluminum at some point. But for now then, while that runs, I'm going to go and take down our blast furnace. So break it to bits and craft you with some of our plates and rebuild the blast furnace. So the reinforced blast furnace is the same shape with one exception. Start by building the 3x3x3. And the exception is you put a hopper on top. Done. So now we have a reinforced blast furnace. It is right now the same speed as a normal blast furnace. So just throw our fuel in. As I believe it's the same speed, but it accepts upgrades on these two sides here. We can put preheaters that consume a little bit of RF. I think they're like 40 RF a tick each to speed this up meaningfully, but it does not increase the fuel efficiency. So I'm not going to bother with preheaters until we have better fuel, more automated fuel production, I guess, because right now we're still just burning coal. But the big thing is that this actually now accepts automated input via the top. So can I can just get up here. All right, cool. So if I put do I have item conduits on me? I do, nice. If I put this here, that can't fit. Put that there, we can now throw iron as well as any fuel. So if I grab some of this fuel in here, it'll automatically pull it in if I configure my conduit. And then we should see that it'll automatically refill it, and it automatically outputs the products out the front and the back. So I believe it's steel out the front and slag out the back. All right, so now this thing can make steel faster. Then what I can do is take another item conduit and just go something like basically run the coal from here up to the chest. Since we've got this smeltery going, we can also just use it to make our alloys, because our alloy smelter is painfully slow. So this will be a much faster way of making alloys. I need some electrons, so get some of those as ingots. Before going back to the nether, let's take our pickaxe and upgrade it. So it actually costs us durability to switch to the dark pickaxe head, but we'll only be using the dark for a little bit. Oh, actually, the mining speed hardly even goes up. What is this durability? Is that alien? Oh, I see. Alien means the stats upgrade slowly over time. That's probably why it has more durability. Whatever. We'll be swapping this out for a cobalt head soon. Well, maybe not. Let's not do that. Instead, let's make a dark sharpening kit and just sharpen this pickaxe, because I expected a larger increase in mining speed, but forget it. Let's just upgrade it. Whatever. It's not a big deal. This is less work. Do that, and then we can also upgrade, use our remaining augment slots to put reinforcement modifiers on it. So that gives it 2 levels of reinforced. Well, that gives it 2 levels of reinforce, which is a 40% chance to not use durability. So it's effectively adding more durability onto it. Alright, I'm also going to take my generator with me, just so that we can generate chunks at the end a little bit faster. It's the little thing we have making power here is very slow. So if I put another one here, should make it faster, right? Brought some fuel with me. Alright, so now keep going. I tried to use the scanner queue to queue up chunks. It somehow ended up queuing that chunk there. So basically what I did was I looked on the map, show map, I saw the coordinate here, right? 9, -4. Came here, added it to the thing. Back here. Let this start you over. Turn off. Add 9, -4. Hit build. This thing, turn this on, and I expected to start building that chunk there, but it built that one. Yeah, see, like it's not building that one now. I don't know, whatever. That'll ruin the rates on our blaze spawner, but at the same time, we don't need that blaze spawner anymore, so I guess that's fine. What I do see here is that spike. So, hopefully, that spike is aluminum? Yeah, sure looks like it. Nice. Mission successful. And it looks like this stuff even mines into the ingots, so we get the auto smelt effect. Alright, this should be plenty of aluminum for now. Let's head on back. In fact, I'm going to take my generator back with me. All I really wanted was some aluminum ingots, and since there wasn't any in the chunks we generated previously, I wanted to generate them a little bit faster. Alright, I need that generator again. I think I figured out how the scanner queue works. The coordinates you give it are not in chunk coordinates, that is, the numbers shown here. It is in actual coordinates. So if I want to generate a chunk out this way, right, let's pick this one here. I give it this coordinate here, which is x 136, y -89. So 136, -89. Click add, click build, click turn on, and it generates over there. Yeah. In fact, as we see it come up, we can see all the resources being generated. There's another spike there if we want to try to get that aluminum, although in fact that's floating over lava. Ooh, more aluminum. And then we go to the top. Neat. I guess was that chunk centered? What was the coordinates I gave? It was like right here, right? So I guess it takes the coordinate I give it and it generates a corner based on that. It's kind of weird. It might be easier to... Oh wait, no. It is aligned with the scanner here. So I guess, yeah, the scanner generates in 16 by 16 chunks that are just not aligned with the Minecraft chunks, which is kind of weird. So if I click this, that immediately uses 50,000 RF. It doesn't start building it. But if I hit turn on, then what am I spending that 50,000 RF to do? And in fact, it even... Are you serious? Hold on. It left a 1 block gap here. Scanner, why you do this to me? Why is there a 1 block gap between these two chunks? That's going to drive me completely crazy. Alright, well, nothing I can do about it. Ow. Why, please? I'm going to mine some of this stuff up here real quick, the cobalt. The way this cobalt generates is actually makes it pretty easy to gather just by looking on the sides of chunks. So I don't even bother going into the interior. Like I just, look on the sides, build some scaffolding around it, and then check out the spikes that are partway generated into the void here. I assume if I dig into here, I will eventually find more spikes, but that's kind of like, it's a lot of digging. So why do that when you can just explore the sides? Alright, stupid ghast, I'm gonna get you. You can't escape me forever. Please don't destroy my machines, I need these. I'm gonna get you. Just you wait. Just you wait. Alright, see ya forever. We got our aluminum, so that can make that. May as well make the molds blueprint as well. We're going to need that. And is there any of these that are useful? No, just these two. All right. If we're gonna have two of them, let's also just make the second engineer's workbench. Use one for each. You can live right here. Kind of wanted to place these the other way, but oh, come on. So do I click here? There we go. All right. This one will be for crafting components. This one will be for metal press molds. Do I have more iron or steel plates on me? Steel plates, anyone? Steel plates. We're definitely going to need the plate mold. We need cutters as well. Definitely going to need the plate mold. No? Sorry? Alright, whatever. And the wire mold. We might need stuff like rods and gears later, but we'll buy those when we get there. And this, I need a steel mechanical component. Apparently that first slot doesn't exist. We're not allowed to use it. Weird. But I'm not going to question it. Oh, we need 2 steel mechanical components. Looking at the steel rod recipe, we definitely will want the steel rod metal press. Get 2 rods per ingot as opposed to 2 rods per 3 ingots. But for now, we have to make rods the old-fashioned way because we need some of these just to make a metal press. So I believe I'm working off memory here, but it's 2 scaffolding, 1 of those, 1 redstone, 1 heavy engineering, a piston, and I think, oh, and 2 conveyors. And I think that's it. I've made a lot of these before, so yeah, we use this recipe. That should do it. So it's easier to automate if you give it a hopper as well. A hopper. And lastly, I guess since we just mentioned that we probably want the rod stamp, make 1 of those to round things out. Oh, now I'm allowed to use that first slot. Weird. Okay, where do we put this? I guess let's put it near our energy producers. Seems to make a lot of sense. We'll put it on the low. If memory serves me right, this is what it is. There we go. Right-click the piston to form it. Plug power into this top block. It doesn't have to go into the top of the top block, even though that's where like the little connection icon is. This should give it power. And then put items into there, although good job putting your power wire in there, Jimmy. Input goes here, and I guess we'll go over and above it. Break out the dire wire. It's beautiful. Perhaps this will be a little bit less ridiculous. Alright, so let's start with let's start with wires. We need a lot of copper wires in order to start making power passing. So copper, let's do half a stack. Put the wire mold here, put an output chest just at the end of the conveyor. It'll automatically insert into that, and then throw that in. Alright, so unfortunately, the metal press does not appear to be speed buffed in this pack. As you can see, it's not the world's fastest machine. If you compare it to packs like Enigmatica 2 Expert, the metal press there is sped up by a factor of about 10, and even then I found it a little on the slow side. But I'm a bit of a speed demon when it comes to machines, so whatever. At least it's efficient, and efficiency counts for something. I think it's also faster than the smeltery at making plates. Alright, so then with that, we can unpin those. We'll have to make a Kinetic Dynamo and a bunch of water wheels. Let's start with, oh boy, that's a lot. It's 4 segments per wheel, 3 wheels per like water wheel multi-block per dynamo, and let's start with 4 dynamos. So 4 dynamos, each one produces right around 80 RF per tick. So 4 times 3 is 12, times 4 is 48. All right, 48 segments. That becomes 12 water wheels. That's right? 12 water wheels divided by 3 is 4, yeah. Take our copper here, and then we can turn that into wires. Or do it all. We can use LV. I'm sure we'll end up using LV wires in other places. You know what? Let's double it. Let's make 8 water wheels. So I need another 48 of these. The water wheels here harness the power of flowing water to make energy. I actually think it can be any fluid. It's relatively irrelevant what fluid you use. It just means that if you build these in the nether, obviously you can't use water, but there are other fluids that can be used to power these in the nether. So here's 2 of them. My plan is to use the copy paste gadget to scale these out vertically. But I just want to make sure that our build here is at least about right. You get more energy if you get water flowing along more sides of the water wheels. The 100% optimal build includes doing some wonky stuff on the backside to get water flowing just a tiny bit in the right direction. Done 100% right, you can get 88 RF a tick out of a water wheel. Mine is not 100% right. Mine should be somewhere between 75 and 80. Easy way to test it, I think, is to first turn you off, and then secondly turn you off, and see how much this increases by per tick. 118, which means between my 2 water wheels, we are only making 118. Let's check the config, make sure the water wheels haven't been nerfed. If they have, you know, we deal with it, make more if needed. But this is from not industrial foregoing, it's from, what's the mod called? Immersive engineering. Let's see. Machines, probably. And that's excavator changes. I'm looking in this column just to see if the changes are not default, but they are. So I think this is under Dynamo. Yeah, under Dynamo output. So it is a standard 3.0, which means what am I doing wrong to not get about 70 something RF per tick out of my water wheels? Maybe I need to move this side back a block? No, I don't think so. Let me do some debugging. I never could figure out what exactly was wrong with what I had before, but I think maybe I'm just misremembering how much energy the water wheel makes. But what I did was, because it's making less energy than I wanted, I put the bells and whistles on. So in addition to the rather obvious places you have water flowing, you know, you flow water. Wait, not this, is it? No, that's blocking water flowing down, right? Yeah, okay, never mind. So in addition to the obvious ways, you put water up top, it flows down and around. The 2 not so obvious things are, 1 layer down, if you put water flowing here like this does help the water wheel. This adds power to it. And the really weird one is all the way at the bottom. If you put a water source block right here on these 3 blocks and have the water flow this way, that one flowing block improves your output just a tiny bit. Doing that on both of these gets us up to 146 RF a tick or 73 RF a tick each. So I'm going to now take this entire thing, grab it with the copy paste gadget, paste it vertically 4 times, and then plug it in. I think the copy paste gadget is unable to place the water, the dynamos, and the water wheels. So we have to place some things by hand, but at least it gets the, it lays the framework out for us, which is nice. Water mill tower is built. It looks kind of horrific, but whatever. Let's test it out. So if I get rid of this, we should see our total energy production. I've turned off the Ender generator, which apparently does turn off its energy extraction as well. So none of that energy, actually its energy extraction turned off because, no, that is not always active. All right, let me just quick sanity check. I've been tinkering with these a little bit. I want to make sure these are both on always extract. So what's our energy production? 556. It's a bit less than the 584 I was expecting. Odds are something got misplaced along the way, and quite frankly, I don't care to debug it. This is good enough for now. This, even, this 500 some RF will it'll get us to a point where we can make better power, at which point we won't, we'll have way more to go around. So I think 500 some RF is less than the limit of the energy conduit, right? Yeah, 640. So we don't quite have to upgrade energy conduits yet, but pretty soon we will. This can let us run our data model here at 100% uptime. In fact, it's at advanced here, about to level up again. Should have a whole lot of blaze rods in here. But now that we're not burnt, or at least we don't have to burn these for energy anymore because our passive energy is good, then don't really need all this many blaze rods. I'm sure I'll find some use for it, but with that, I think we can now perhaps get back to looking at some of these quests. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff here. I kind of want to do the wither skeleton stuff because that can get us to run wither sims, to run wither skeleton sims, to then run wither sims, so that we can run the Netherstar Generator, and that just immediately obsoletes, you know, all of this. The Netherstar Generator produces how much? 4,000 RF a tick, as long as we can give it another star every 2 minutes. And, well, deep mob learning kind of makes nether stars trivial. We can turn clay into nether stars. That shows how balanced clay is, I guess. This does need a fair amount of energy to kickstart, which is why I wanted to make sure we had some energy production. It uses, 6,666 RF a tick just to run this thing. But so one Netherstar generator, well, one wither data model, if it is fully leveled up, can produce way more than enough nether stars to run one generator. It can probably run like 10 generators. But anyways, we're out of time today, so this will all be interesting things for us to look at later. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.